Hello, welcome to Nanny Moon's Crochet. My name's Sally and it's Wake Up My WIP's Wednesday number 6 and it's the 17th of July 2024. Now, this week I've been working on, I showed you my Christmas lights. I've got them hung here last week. Those were the ones that I'd started a few years ago, and I'd only done 2 or 3, but I strung them together last week. This is the pattern. It's Christmas lights by Teeny Crochets. That's what they look like. And this week I've been using a smaller hook, because if you watched last week, those that I made, I used a 4mm hook, and because they're like amigurumi style, there's quite a few holes in them, so I wanted to do a new set that were a little bit more not showing the stuffing. So this time I've used a 3.5mm hook, and what I'm using is the Sirdar Happy Cotton. These little small balls, they're only 20 gram and it's a DK weight. Anyway, I've got lots of those. So what I've done this week, I've just strung them together last night. I haven't put anything on the end yet. I might just put a little little tassel or a little bell or something, but this is what we've got. The greeny colour, the pink, the silver. Well, that's a that's a bluey green, like a teal colour. A pink, a silver, a green, and a gold. And then I've done the sequence again. So let me try. Let me try and hold them. Woo! I'm dropping them. So let me try and hold them all up so you can see them. So this is, I've got 10 altogether, 2 of each colour. So I'm happy with those. They'll go around my my handmade Christmas tree this year. Although when we moved here, it was 2018 we moved here, and there was a little Christmas tree in the back garden, planted in the back garden, and it was only about 4 foot. It was obviously somebody had planted it. It was only a little small one, but we moved it and we've put it on the front. We've only got a little small front garden, but this Christmas tree has really shot up. So now it's probably 11 foot now. So I thought, being that as these are in cotton, they might look nice around the real Christmas tree outside, because I keep wanting to, I think they call it yarn bombing, when you put things around, knitted or crochet items around a tree. That's them doubled up look. So I think I might hang some things on the tree outside. Then if it rains, it doesn't matter because they're in cotton. So that's my lights. So they're finished. I don't think I'm going to do any more of those because I don't want to start anything new. I want to finish off what I've got. So my next, this was a knitted project, and I was knitting a cushion from a magazine. Now this WIP was 11 years old. I'd started it 11 years ago, and I'd only done I'd done half of it. Well, now I've put it on these, I've got these blocks, play blocks, but that's it pinned out, all finished. I've just pinned it on here and just sprayed it with water because it was really curled up. Whoops. So I think when I showed it you last year, not last year, last week, I was at the bottom of the presents. And then I think I'd done up to here last week. Well, now I've finished the trees and done the little bit at the top. And I was going to make it, well, I think I'm still going to make it into a cushion. I've got some nice fleece. I've got some red fleece that would go on the back to make the cushion. But when I pinned it on here and I took it in, my husband was in the kitchen, and I went in and showed it to him like this, and he said, oh, there was a pin come out of there. He said, oops, pin come out there. I took it into him, and he said, oh, that'd be lovely hung on the wall. Ow, hung on the wall. And I thought, oh, I said, oh, what do you think? I said, oh, it was going to be a cushion. And then it made me think, if I make a cushion, it may, you know, get, well, I mean, I'll be able to wash it if it gets not dirty, but I'll be able to wash it. But then I thought, oh, shall I just make it into a wall hanging? So I'm not really sure now whether to carry on and make it a cushion, or whether to turn it into a wall hanging. So not really sure. I think I'd like your advice again, please, if you could. I think it'd be nice as a cushion, really, because I think a wall hanging, I don't know, a cushion, you can rest your head on it, can't you, or snuggle with it. So I think I might still do a cushion. But I have got some wooden doweling rods that I could sort of make it into a wall hanging. But I think sorry, I'm going on about it too long, but I think I'll still make it a cushion. But I just hadn't thought of it as a wall hanging, and but I'm quite pleased with that, because it's knitting that I hadn't done for a long time, but it's encouraged me a little bit to do a little bit more knitting, because I really enjoyed doing that. And all this colour work, I hadn't really done it before, and I'm not struggling with it with crochet, but it's something that I don't normally do. So I think I'm pushing boundaries. That's made me realise, just with a little bit of patience, you can do all these different things. So that's that. Let me just put that out of the way. Whoops! Whoa! Just knocked you. Oh, knocked you sideways. There we go. So that was that. It was done on 4mm knitting needles, and it was from the yarn came with a magazine. Have I got the magazine to show you? No, don't think I've got the magazine to show you. Just a knit. Just one moment. It's in my little bag here. These were the knitting needles that I was using, and I kept saying they were Zing. The make of them was Zing, but it wasn't. These were Pony Classic, but lovely long needles. But but the Zing I kept on about, the Knit Pro Zing, and these are lovely needles as well, just the straight ones, 4mm and a 3.25. So those were the Zing needles I kept on about. And this was the magazine, Knitting and Crochet. This is my cushion, and this was the little yarn kit. You had all this with it. So I've got quite a bit left. It's not the softest, but it's okay. But it's all right to do little amigurumis. There's a little bit of green, little bit of white. Not much left. But all these little balls I'm going to put with the other like magazines with yarn that I've got. I'm going to put them all together and just make like little amigurumis, because they're not very soft, so they're perfect just for that. Now, the main thing I'm working on, excuse me, so that the lights are done, my panel's already done, and I think I probably will try and turn it into a cushion, so I think that'd be nice. And the last thing I've been working on is this by Maria's Blue Crayon. It's a Christmas granny square afghan. It was a crochet along, and it's still, I'm sure it's still on YouTube. If you go onto Maria's Blue Crayon on YouTube, she's still got the granny square. She shows you how to do all the granny squares. They're just solid granny squares, and all the little motifs are still on there. The snowman, the Santa, the gingerbread man, you know, all these little motifs, they're still on her channel, so you could still go along and make that. Oops, I'm using she uses Vanna's Choice. I think it's Vanna's Choice. It's a 4-weight at Aran, but I'm using Starcraft Special Aran in gold, green, and the red is lipstick. Right, so last week, oh dear, I've got a gruff throat, sorry. Excuse me. So I've done all the green. I've got 16 green to do, 16 red to do. So I've done all the green. This was last week. I'd done 2 of the red, and I'd done 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'd done 10 of the gold, but the gold I needed to do 32 because these have the motifs on them. So 32 gold, 16 red, and 16 green. All the green are done. So I managed to do another 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I managed to do another 7 red. So now I only need to do, how many red? I need 7 more red, and then they're all finished. And I managed to do 1 more gold this week. But what I did with the gold squares I'd already got, oops, a little bit of stuffing in there. With the gold that I'd already got, what hook am I using? I'm using a 6.5mm hook because I didn't want anything to be too tight. I like the squares to be nice and, you know, they're quite soft and loose and drapey. But last week I had done the lights and I'd sewn on a wreath. So this week I hadn't sewn the buttons on the gingerbread men, because I thought my buttons looked a little bit big. Well, I found some little buttons, so I sewn the 3 buttons on, and I've done, it's 4 of each motive, so I've done 1, 2, 3, 4. So all the gingerbread men are done, and then I've done 1 wreath, and I've done 1 set of lights. So I'm really excited to get this finished. I think the red and the green go really nice, and then the gold as well. That'd be lovely. Now, last week I asked your advice about the joining colour and the border, and because it's like a standard colour, I was thinking of black or grey or silver, I think, because I've got a silver. It's called silver, the Stylecraft Special Aran, but it's very, very similar to grey. So when I say grey or silver, that it's more or less the same colour. And quite a few of you had suggested white. And then I thought I just hadn't. I totally thank you for that, because I really hadn't thought of white. But with like the gingerbread man, for instance, he's just outlined in white for the icing. But the snowman, the Santa, there is quite a bit of white on it, and I thought, well, it is a Christmas Afghan. It'd represent the snow, wouldn't it? So that's I'm going to go with white, I think, because I think that'll be really, really nice. So the gold, the red, and the green, and then joined up in white and just a little simple border. That'd be really, really nice, won't it? So I've got not many red to do, but then I've got quite a lot of gold. I've got to do 7 red, and gold I've got to make 21. 20. Although I timed myself, and it only takes about 32 minutes to do a square. So I was thinking it like an hour a square, I was thinking, but it didn't. It took me 32 minutes. If I don't keep stopping and stopping for my cup of tea or my coffee, or having little tea breaks, just carry on. I could do them in 32 minutes. So I've got 21 of the gold to do, and then I've got 26 of the motifs to sew on. And most of the motifs, like the gingerbread man, will be fine. I mean, like see, that's got a nice bit of white on, but and the elf, that's a cute little elf, and they're cute. It's the lights that are going to just take a little bit of time. Where's the lights? Well, you've seen the lights. I've showed you one. I left all the ends on because sewing up, so it always seems a bit tatty and ends, but I've left all these ends on so I can sew them in. But these take time because you've got to sew that one, then sew that bit, then sew that on. So however you arrange the lights, they'll just take a little bit of time. But these were the buttons I bought. These were off Amazon. 15mm mixed. Yeah, I think they were 15. Anyway, I bought 2 bags of these, but when I came to look at my gingerbread men, they looked just that little bit too big. So I was ever so pleased. This jar was a little salmon paste. You know, you get the paste, beef and salmon and ham and something. Anyways, I'd never washed one out before, but it's come ever so clean. Look, washed it out, and sorry, it says safety button there. I think button. It's the safety button. Anyway, I think all my jars I keep now. I think I'll keep all my jars. So these little buttons were just the perfect size. They were that little bit smaller. So I was pleased I found those. And I didn't want to do it. Oh, that's a song. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. Sorry, we're going random. Yeah, a few of you suggested that I get the lighter and just... I was a bit worried with the lighter that it was going to burn, you know, set fire. But what I did, I just held it like that and just clicked this on and just aimed the flame right on that little bit. And then I got a little off Temu. I got one of these things you put on your finger. So lit my flame, held it very gently, and then immediately squashed it, and they're so flat now that I just hadn't. I think I didn't trust myself with the lighter and burning it, but I'm ever so pleased because the gingerbread men, I just can't even feel that there's eyes there at all. So, or I am going to put a fleece, a big fleece backing. You just can't feel those eyes at all. Can't hardly feel them, let alone the flat bits. So, thank you again for that suggestion. I think it's lovely how you can watch different YouTube channels, and if you think of something, you can suggest it, and you think you know all little tips and hints, but there's always loads to learn. So yeah, these are all my little motifs. They all look a bit of a mess at the moment, but they're all jumbled in here. But I'm glad I did all the motifs first. This was a little Christmas tree, little loop stitch and the little trunk under there, so there's 4 of those. Yeah, after doing all the Christmas lights, the little bits, I got a little bit not fed up, but I thought, oh, I don't want to really do any more of those. So I think if I hadn't have done all my little motives first, I really enjoyed doing those. I think if I'd have left those till last, I think I'd have struggled to pick this up again, but not long enough tail there to sew on. But yeah, they were lovely to do. So I'm really excited to get my blanket. I don't let me think, what is it, the 17th today? I'm not sure how many I'll get done for next week, but like I said, even if I haven't finished my whole blanket for the month of July, I shall still carry on with it and get it finished. So I may not just get it finished for July, but at least it's a good way. It's a good way on. So next week, will we still be in July? Yeah, I'll just put my all into this for the Wednesday video. I'm not going to do any more little Christmas lights. I just need to finish off this. I love my panel. I'm quite proud of that. Lovely panel. So I won't make that into a cushion just yet, just in case you have any other ideas. Would be nice as a bag, wouldn't it, actually? A bag, but then I'd only use it at Christmas time. But it is a Christmas item. Might get ruined as a bag, I think. Oh, I don't know now. Have a little think and see what you think would be best for my panel. I'm thinking probably a cushion still, but let me know what you think. Welcome to all my new subscribers. I've had quite a few over the recent days, and welcome as always to everybody, all of you that watch. Oh, it's Coda giving a little bark to someone. It's a lovely day today, lovely and sunny, so not sure what we're doing. My vertigo, I was telling you Monday about, I'm still quite dizzy. I've phoned up the doctors and they're going to send some tablets to the chemist today for me, so I'm going to pick those up later. Well, my husband will get them for me. I'd head and drive because I think when you've got to, turn your head to see if anything's coming, I can't, because it just it all swishes. So I'm alright if I turn my head very slowly. Don't look up, don't look down, and I'm fine. I can manage. My husband's feeling a lot better today, and Dot said I think yesterday she'd had her best day, so everybody's on the mend and feeling fine. So keep safe, everybody. Keep warm. If you're in, I know in Australia it's their winter, I think, coming, so keep warm, if you're in a cold climate, and keep cool if you're in a hot climate. And whatever you're doing, whoever you do it with, be kind and keep safe. And I love you all, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye. See you Monday.